Hello, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's that time of year again. Nothing romantic, no hearts tonight. We're carrying on with the zinnias, as I promised on Sunday. It is Wednesday today, isn't it? Yeah. So let me get you down onto the table and I will show you some of the things I'm going to share with you today. Just get me moved over into the corner, out of the way. There we go. And you can come across there. Excellent. So just a quick little recap on what we did last time. Excuse me. Still froggy. So these were some of the ones we did last time, and my little tray. My tray hasn't really shrunk much, but I have used some of the elements out of there for tonight. So I thought I'd just recap on those, so those coming in new can pop back and see how I created those ones if they wish. And I have got 6 cards prepped tonight. Yes, 6. Okay, I wanted to kind of walk through some bits, and I've got one here that Helen and her relative popped over on Monday. So this is one we all made a card for each other to make, and this was one of the ones that Helen came up with for us. So this is a Stampin' Up card and envelope. So she's used one of the other papers on the reverse. I'm not using that one tonight, so that's a good reason to show you this one. And the same with the ferns here. So this is a really nice card that we made. I'm going to be using these flowers already. I'd already fusky cut mine, so I'm kind of like ready for that one. So we'll do something similar with the cutouts, but I've got a few tips and tricks again tonight, as always. So I'm going to take the first one off my pile. And because I've prepped them, obviously I can cram more in for you tonight. So I hope somebody comes online and just confirms I'm in the right place. I've got a little heart ticked on there already. So this is my first card. These are note card ones again. And this one is a simple one. I've cut my papers down to 6-inch pieces, and then I'm using lots of them. And I just wanted to run through this one to show you how this 6-inch started its life. It kind of started like that way around, like so. So my 6-inch piece, I have taken the 3.5 inches. I've just taken it down a tad just to leave a little tiny border. This piece we can use on the envelope. So if I pop some adhesive on here, I'm not necessarily doing all the envelopes tonight, but just to show you how this can work. So just adhesive all over there. And lay that one down. I'm going to lay this just on the top in the corner so I can keep as much as I can. Press it down, fold the flap over just to make sure that I'm actually up there as far as I can. And because I've used Tombow, we can squidge a little bit of that along there, can't we? Like so. So I do like to use my bone folder. Hi, someone's come on, well done. First one on, Shaz, thank you. So this is just covering over the flap on the envelope. I have my glasses to hand. And Linda, lovely to see you, my dear. Hope to see you soon. I think we're in the diary, aren't we? Is that next Tuesday? So I'm just trimming around the outside of the envelope flap. So I've put the glue, the adhesive onto the envelope flap. Place your piece of paper over the top and then just trim neatly around the edges. Okay, this is the easiest way to decorate a flap that makes your card and envelope match in together. Okay, you could even use the other side if you wanted to, but it's nice to keep them the same as well. This piece will form a strip on there and it will go in my scraps, so that's going over there out of the way. This piece will also go in the scraps, so they will be used. So this one here, I'm going to adhere this one down. So nice and quick tonight. Maxine, hello, lovely. Lovely to meet you. Maxine was down all the way from Scotland visiting Helen, so it was lovely to catch up. We had a really lovely day on Monday. So I'm going to pop that in there. Just that tiny little border, as I said. Now, I've already done some prep bits for tonight. The DSP is gorgeous and I'm loving it. I haven't bought the whole suite, but I started off with this because I knew I could do loads with it. Now this one, I've borrowed a set from Helen, and this is Good Feelings. Now these are nice, big, chunky greetings. They're not all ones that I would use necessarily, but I love this one and I love the thank you. So they're the two that I've kind of featured tonight. Hi Marilyn. So this one here, the ones I've done, I've already heat embossed them. So like on here, I have used the colour and contour dies that go with this one. So I've used these sort of scallopy but stitched inside. So they sometimes can grip really tightly and be hard to get out, because these little dots, whenever you see dies with little dots like that, if you find that you struggle to get them out, put a piece of wax paper face down onto your die and then the paper that you're cutting out, so that the wax goes into the die and it will help them release a little bit. So that's what I've done here. I've heat embossed this with white embossing powder, so this is going to adhere on here. Now, adhere on here, that's good, isn't it? So I want to put this just in the little corners maybe, or just a couple of places where I can anchor that down. The trouble we have with the vellum is always that whatever adhesive you use, you can see through. So if you can cover it in some way, so say like I build a few little flowers. So let me just bring this over, and I might, my little tray, grab my tweezers, I've got some adhesives. If I just take some random pieces out of here, I'm not necessarily looking for set colours, I'm just going to go bright and bold. So I'm going to take my dimensionals, which have vanished. There, this piece is a large piece, so that can take a whole dimensional. There's lots of different patterns I showed you last week, and this one I'm going to take for a large piece, pop this one on the top like so, and that on its own is a little flower. If you then want to take it one stage further, I showed you last time as to this one here, the leaf. I love my tray. I had this leaf and I cut all of these off both sides, leaving this one to be adhered over the top of, and these are all little individual leaves. Now they've all gone in here. You know that I like doing lots of little silly things. There is a little leaf. So if I put some adhesive on the front, actually, on the front there, just a little dot there, and just hold this behind, we have a little leaf poking out from the edge there, like so. So there's one. I could stick that over one of the corners. Let me do another one if I can find some bits quickly. What have I got on those ones? I'm going to not have the ones I want to have tonight. Oh, there's two of those. So these ones here, there is a right and a wrong side. I can see on here, but you probably can't see on the camera. Where you die cut away. So I'm going to put a little dot of Tombow in there. These are the two that look like squares, and all you're going to do is put them opposites. So you're going to put them at a crisscross. Okay, like so. And then I shall shape it in my knuckle, just here in my hand. Okay, I'll pop a little tiny dimensional in here. Just a little one. Press it down, lift it off. And then I will grab a small little one like this probably. There we go, see if I can get that one, and then pop that over the top. Okay, so that makes another little flower. So we've got a couple there. Take another leaf, put some Tombow behind on the bottom of that one. And what these will do is these little flowers will actually hide the glue dots. I'm going to put them in two opposite corners. Sometimes that's all you need to adhere. So let's just do that now. I had these out ready for me. So the glue dots are on the inside. So place one in the corner there, or near to the corner, wherever you want to place your flower that's going to hide it. So there's one there. Okay, and then I'll do one over the other side in here. Not right to the corner, but I'll bring it in a little bit. I think it's about there somewhere. I can't see it. There we go. So if I pop that on here, that will be sufficient to adhere that in those two corners. So there's one there. I'm going to bring it up to the screen, because now I've adhered them down, you'll see that's the little jelly dot. Okay, hi Helen. And that's the other little jelly dot up there. So they do show, if you put wet adhesive behind there, it will push and it will just run and it will make a bigger bigger mess. So I like to use those ones. And then these, we can adhere these onto the corners. So I probably would put this one with the leaf coming out there, but we can disguise that. We can make it look pretty. And again, I would probably use either a glue dot or a bigger area, I'll just run my tape runner over there so I can adhere the whole thing down like that. I can see that there's adhesive on there. Pop that in the corner, covering that little piece up. I'm going to partially cover the font on there as well, and then this little one can do exactly the same in that little corner up there. We want to be able to see sending, so we want to do that. This will have to have a couple of glue dots, I think. It's a bit smaller, so let's put one on the top of the leaf so we can disguise that bit and lift him off, and then take another one for the body of the flower. There we go, lift him off, and he can go over there to disguise what we want to hide, and that's on there like so. So that is well adhered. These ones will just flap, but because it's adhered on there, it's absolutely fine. Need some practice with embossing paper. We'll do them when you pop over next, Helen. I know we're in the diary. So that's another nice quick little card, and it's got those lovely big flowers behind it, but you can still see through because it's nice and soft of the vellum. So that's one done. So I'll pop that one up there with the other two from Sunday. Okay, then for the next one, I don't know which order these are in, but these are just ones that I've prepped a little bit. Oh, this is my floating card. So I've got the thank you. I've heat embossed these. I've done black onto the white card and white onto the Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so these ones here, I have got different pieces. I've got one that I've done already on this one. I'm just going to lay, when you, let me see if I can find a piece, this one. When you have the pieces of designer series paper, you've got all these lovely big images you can cut out. But when you get to the edges, like here, you get a partial image. Don't throw those away. Even that one, I probably would chuck that one, but these bigger pieces down here are large enough that you can actually use those. This one here would have a flat edge there, flat edge here, so that could go in a corner. So just use those pieces. Don't be afraid to throw them, to use them. Don't throw them away. So I'm going to pop that one there, and that one maybe there. This is, what can I do? I do the big pink one at the top, perhaps. Big pink one up there, and the purple coming in here somewhere. This will work. This will work. I kind of had some ideas earlier as to where I was going to put them. So that's going to be my card, and then we'll place a greeting. We'll work out which colour in a sec. Now, these ones are going to be like a floating card. So all of these pieces are going to be raised up on dimensionals. So I need my tweezers, and I need the large and the small dimensionals. So we'll just put a few of these on here. I like to take them off as I go. Then you don't have to come back a second time. You're already there. So I want a couple of little pieces down here. So I'll use one in that corner and one in that corner. Over the side here, I found it easier to have, I've got a piece of like foam mat in another tray, and it's kind of got my tools on it, and it's easier for me to lose those pieces on there because they're not going to jump off on here. They'll just fly off and stick to me again. So I'm quite pleased with those. So that's quite a handy little tip to have. So if I'm going to put this one at the top, I want this one to be clear of those leaves and come down the side here, like so. Okay, so that can go down. So that's all raised. Then we'll go for this one at the top, and we'll put a couple of big ones on here. Yeah, about there. Take those off as we go. This one up here, really, because it's quite thin, it really could do with a little piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some little slits out of here. So I've got some little long pieces. Does that make sense? You know my English. So I'll put one there, and then wherever I'd had the other one, and pop that up that little horn-like piece there. There we go. This one dropped as an extra piece. I didn't really want him there, so we'll leave that. And then this one will go along the top. My card is bouncing up a little bit, so don't worry about that. I just need to make sure that that's along the top of the card. Okay, fairly near the edge. That's it. And then this one was coming along the bottom here, so we'll do that one next. Still get a couple of the bigger ones in there. I'll glance up at the comments in a sec. Another sweet. Linda, your wish list is going to be so long. You need to be thinking about, your budget, because Celebration is on until the 29th. So it's a leap year. I've been saying we've got an extra day this year. So we have longer to spend with Celebration, an extra day. And so for every £45 you want to spend, you will get a free item from the mini catalogue. So that's a really good plus point. This can get away with just the one big one. This is going to go in this little corner. So this is all the edges, don't forget, from round the edge of your paper. So please don't waste any. You see how these are sawn off? It doesn't matter, because I've kind of going to put those in there, and we're filling all the gaps really. Are you liking this one? Hi Francis, I missed you creeping in there, sorry. The comments scroll up quite quickly. I've only got a few I can see at a time. There we go, pop those in, take that off, and then a little one in the other piece up there. So I've done my hard work for this one by doing all my fussy cutting. I took those through to the lounge on Sunday after I finished my live, and I took the whole 12-inch sheet, thought, right, I'm going to fussy cut the whole lot. So they were done. I always do this from the side pieces, lots of my papers. Now we can work out where we want to put this. I like to cover a gap, so kind of there's a gap there, but I am wondering whether the white might sit better or the Blackberry Bliss. Your vote, guys, whoever's watching. I show you this one here. This is one that I'd done the other day, just as a little sample. So similar sort of thing, and I had this one filling a bigger gap there, but I just want to know whether I'm going to put that one. I'm going to put some gems in them as well, so that could have the white over here. You like the black embossing? The black embossing over the white embossing. Is that Maxine? Oh, got one of each now. One for the blackberry and one for the black. Unless Maxine's was that. We've got that one or that one. Blackberry Bliss, another Blackberry Bliss. I think it's got to cover that bigger hole up there. Right, we'll pop the Blackberry Bliss because we've had 2 to 1 at the moment. So there we go. That's the first voting done. So I'm just going to put a couple of these on here. Like so. And then these will... As I say, I've just heat embossed it with the white embossing powder and then fussy cut round. I have got another little trick with those I really would like to show you, but that will have to be another day. So there's 2 of those, and I want to grab some gems and find where I hid them. Here we go. My Blackberry Bliss ones I think are in with the lavender suite, so it might have to be clear ones tonight. What have we got on here? Oh no, there they are. These ones are ideal. They really are. These are the purple fine shimmer gems that came out in the spring catalogue, and we've gotten all sorts in here, so we can put some purple ones on here because we've got purple features. So one in there, one on there. We've got, this is like the berry burst, so we can have one of those there and one of those maybe down there. And then this is the other colour purple, which is kind of like the more like a gorgeous grape, but I think if we have one of each on each card, they'll look quite nice. There we go, all done, nice and quick. Oh look, we've got some more votes coming in now. Not black card, the white embossing. Yeah, white embossing, there we go. So it's Blackberry Bliss card, yeah, that's it. Probably harder to see online. So there we go, there's that one. That's the one I'd prepped earlier. And this is the one for tonight's card. I said I'm probably not going to get all of the envelopes done tonight, but I have got 6 cards lined up here. So another thing that I did at the week on Monday with the girls is the embossing folder that goes with this one. I don't have the stamp set and embossing folders. So what I've done is I've taken all 12 of the colours that are in these papers, and I have done the embossing folder because Helen had got this set. So I've done all of them. The only snag that I reached was that I've embossed them all landscape because the stems are coming this way. I really should have done some that way. So all of the cards using that batch are going to have to be this way on. Okay, but this is the Zinnia embossing folder. So this is an online exclusive, a new bundle that's coming out, a new collection, and that will be launching on the 5th of March. Don't worry, I will remind you nearer the time, but we can't order it for you, or you can't order it online or through me until the 5th. If you sign up as a demonstrator in Celebration, which we're in now, if you like to join my team and you've got a high spending budget, Linda, you can order anything that the demos can pre-order now. You can pre-order in your starter kit. So the starter kit is £130 of spending and you only pay £99. You get this glass mat and the trays and the cleaning cloth as well with it as an extra incentive. And this was worth, I think it was £56. So it's a really good value and I love my glass mat. Most people are loving them. It is obviously up to each individual. This one here I'm leaving as black and white. I have stamped this Zinnia stamp in the Memento black ink. So that's this one here, just with Memento black. Now this is the one we use when we want to use Stampin' Blends. For tonight, I'm just leaving this as is, but you could, because I'm putting black with it, this is the greeting from that set. So I'm just going to leave it plain. I'm going to pop this one on here. I'll probably do it 3D, but because I'm going landscape to keep the stems the same way, I just need to chop off just through the bottom of that leaf there. Had I turned my embossing folder around the other way, I would have that in there and that would look lovely come across a note card as well. So you can do both directions. I'm just keeping all the stems this direction for now. So this is number 3, isn't it? We're on. So keep the stems straight and chop that last little bit off into the bin. Stampin' Dimensionals here on the back. I like the plainer one on your embossed background. The plainer one without the colouring. Yes, I was going to do one coloured beforehand and I haven't got round to it. So there are so many possibilities with this set. It's absolutely gorgeous. Pop one in there. And maybe a little one. A couple of little ones in here. And one on there. We don't want these falling off, and I don't like seeing too few dimensionals because they sag. We don't like saggy bits, literally. So this is going to come in here. I'm going to leave it lined up with the colour, the berry burst here on the bottom of my card, like so. And I said these were the stamp sets. I stamped and embossed all some of the greetings in that set. So I've kind of like tried to spread them out through this class tonight. So these are, this was going to go across here, so this would be flat and dimensionals either end. Now instead of leaving it just plain, I was wondering about just flagging those ends because you know I like to do that. So we'll just bring it in a little bit and then glasses down. Can you remind me to get this set when it becomes available? Yeah, I think from your spending, my dear, it's going to be better for you to join my team and have the offer that's going on. But we can talk about that on Tuesday. I'll have to check my diary to make sure which Tuesday it is. It's either this week or the week after. Okay. There we go. I seem to think it's this week because David's got a doctor's appointment first. So there we go. So I've trimmed that down a little bit. It just makes a little bit of detail on those ends. Okay. So this is going to be solid. I want one little dimensional here and 2 or 3 along this end here. Okay. So another quick one. Because I've prepped loads, it's just making it easier for you to see more samples. There's the offcuts along here, nothing gets wasted, so we snip those along and use those as well. So I think if I do that, that will be enough. And then this section in the middle is where it's going to sit over the already raised piece. I'll put some Tombow on there as well. And this can just come through a little bit of stem showing like so. I want it up a little bit. There and there, I think, just so you can see that it's meant to be there. And there we go, and one on that end. Press those down. Now we seem to have a little bit of a plain piece there, so hey, perhaps we want to have another little flower as a little spot of colour. So let's see what we can rustle up quickly. That's not the right colour. These are my small ones I like doing. These ones and a middle holy one. Black, white. I haven't actually done many white ones in here. Let's find something bright. Even a bit of green. A bit of green coming there. Now, yellow. Yellow's quite bright. Come through. They're too close. Oh, decisions. Too much choice. I think I'm going to go yellow. So I'm going to put a little one of these dimensionals in the middle. Oh, could have done a big one actually. That there. And then another leaf, the ones I chopped off the other night. Just pop another little leaf behind there. Pop some of that on the bottom. Pop that on there. Okay, and then that can come on here. Just partially along there. I might put another little piece in the middle actually. I have Tombow on the bottom. So it's flat. Just to give it a little bit of splash of colour. And that was the same one that this is, the Berry Burst. Okay, maybe needs another little bit in the middle. Let's just go with one of them. I think it could do with something. That's it. Taking that. The yellow just seems a little bit too bright for me. It's just kind of too in your face. So I'll tone it down a bit by putting another blackberry in the middle. There we go. And we could put some gems on there. We could put some clear ones maybe. We've got here. Is this number 3? I've lost count. Not sure if that's, yeah, it's got tacky on there. I'm going to put these randomly at the top there. Just randomly. Yeah. And then maybe one over here. There we go. So that's my card for that one. So how does that look? Just after payday, absolutely. Try working out your £130. You'll only pay 99, so you'll save quite a bit and you'll get all the extras as well. But just try and work your shopping list to 130. I can help you when you're here. Can't go a penny over, but you can go slightly under. Okay, so that's number 3. So we're going to pop that one in there as well. Trying to show you as much as I can tonight. This one here. Oh, this was the one I started on at the end on Sunday. So these are some of these little flowers that I've been making from all those bits. And this was the stripes and splatters and stripes. There is a celebration at the moment. It's one of the additional items that's on the second release of Celebration. So things from the annual and the mini catalogue have been added on so that you've got more choice to choose from as some of the others might run out. And so you could have this double set for the mini machine. They work in the big one as well, but you can have those for free. I think I showed you the list the other day, but I'll just show you again. So this is release 2. I have put this graphic up in my page lower down. So a couple of stamp sets, a bumper pack of paper, one of the Just Kidding papers, and here is the splatters, the embossing folders. Okay, and the cards. These are both the £90 spend. These are £45 spends. Okay, so look for a little bit further down in the graphic. I will pop some reminders up to you coming up. So here we have. This is the one I call my tulip, because it's got 3 little branches on it. And what I said the other day was if you just slit these down, you can make them just running down the length of the stem. You can actually make that into 3 separate branches, which is what I've done here. So I've got 3 little stems. Can you see those online? I think you can. So 3 individual stems. Again, I'm going to make sure I've got the right side upwards. So that's that way. And I want these to have flat bottoms. So it goes down to a point there. So I'm just going to make that flat. Turn it over. Tombow on here. Okay, this is the tall one. This is the biggest one. So it's going to be level with this layer. There. And then this one's going to sit on top of him. On there like so. Okay, so this can go flat. Because I try to just have, when I'm building the flowers, I try to have one dimensional. We don't want to have too many because it will just get silly high. Now these ones we kind of want to work out where we'd like these to go before we stick them down. So this one here could be the longer one. So that could come kind of there. Or it might be better that I do a short one in the middle. And then have the longer one this side, coming out to the side a little bit. That'll be better, because this stem's shorter. So I'll just snip that off square, because it's going to go along the bottom of my card. These are just me playing with bits. So I've went through the other day how I'd cut all the layers, all the pieces from the dies. And then just played with them. Just sit here in front of the telly on a lap tray even with your glue and just lay them out. See what you like the look of. Take a photo. So you've got on your camera, you'll have all of those trial and errors and see what you like. And anything you do like, take a photo and then you can put them together and maybe cut some more. Okay, so I'm just putting 3 on here because odd numbers are always good. Tombow on the bottom. It's kind of like 3 coming to the side there. And then this one is going to be my sentiment, again, that came from the stamp set. So it's a little bit shorter, so I'm going to flag the ends. And I like the simplicity of this one. It's quite an easy one. Just flag those ends and snip that into the middle. Oops, these are flying everywhere. There we go, get that out of the way. Another one this side, about the same depth in. That one comes out and that one comes out. Now, because this is going in a different position, this can actually be raised up on foam pads because it's not going to be double layered anywhere. So I'll put these on here. Put them straight so they don't stick out the edges. There you go, that's those 3. And just position that along the bottom there evenly. Again, so you can see that there's a purpose to the stems. They have somewhere to go. Okay, that's each end and one in the middle. And there we go. Now we can put some gems on there as well. In fact, I'll put the pink ones on there, I think. So these are ones from the painted lavender set again. So I'm going to do these as a little group of 3. Come off my tweezers. Press that one down because it's raised on there. And then just a little group of 3 just coming down in a straight line. So that's going to go there. Make sure they're all nice and straight. Press them down well. And there's whichever number we're on now. An itchy nose, I'm in for a surprise. So 3 little flowers, all made from those little die cuts from the paper florist dies. So that's going to go in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 today. So we go on to this one quickly. How's the time going? We're doing well. So this one, this piece of paper was the one I said about. It comes as this pattern all the way along the bottom of a 12-inch sheet and all the way along the top of the 12-inch sheet. Okay, if I did that out quickly, I can show you. She says it's that one. Okay, so this sheet here is kind of like double sided. So what I did straight away, I cut through at 6 inches. Then you need to work out the size of your panel as to your size of your card, really. As simple as that. So for a full size card, I've got that coming up next, but I've got a full size card. But for here, I would just simply like to cut that down. I need some white at the top. So if I mark that in there, I can grab a pencil and mark where I'd like to cut that. So I'm going to trim it there, and I'm going to trim it there. Okay, tiny little marks. This just saves you having any measurements, really. It makes it easier. So put the pencil dot on the cutting line, and that will go in my scraps because that will be used. And then turn it and do the bottom edge here where the pencil mark is there. That goes on the cutting line. And cut that piece off, and that will go in my scraps. And then this panel will fit on here. We'll just resize it again, like so. That fits lovely. Okay. So remember, these are all double-sided sheets. They're really, really pretty. I really love them. And because double-sided, you always get a more plain pattern with the beautiful florals. Okay. So this is another sentiment I heat embossed from the stamp set that Helen brought with her the other day. So I've done it, the black just stands out, it's neutral, and it stands out against the bright colours really nicely. So I'm going to snip in the corner there into the centre. I do love flagging these. If I haven't got a particular die to use, it's a good quick alternative just to make a little bit of detail. Oh, I've got some reds on here. I'm in between, I can't see the... Oh, Artful Stampin', hello Ruth. Hello, hello. Oh, we're less than a month now, Ruth. Till we go, and Shaz, till we go to Rotterdam. Can't wait. So excited. So this greeting here, like I said, I just heat embossed. So it's one panel of the paper, so you can get 6 of those out of one sheet. Okay, and you get 2 of each sheet in the packet, so you can do 12 of those, can't you? And this one, simply, I just want to put this on here. I don't know what I want to cover up. I like this white space. I think I just want to have that in there. So grab some large dimensionals, pop those on there, there, and there. Make sure that's nice and firm on there. I could add some twine and things, but tonight was a quick just introducing you to some more of the lovely colours. So I've cut this already to the width of the card. Just want to make sure, hold that up, make sure it's not going uphill. Seems as though it might be. If you use the squares on my mat, I can actually see whether it's just above that one. It is about right, you know. It's only a midgin out, smidgen. Tiniest little bit, so I think I'll just leave that there. That's not too bad. We need some gems on there as well. We can't leave it naked, so we'll put some of these ones just randomly, and down the bottom just a bit of sparkle. 3s, there we go. And there's number 5. I like to store them like this, so they're in their envelopes. And then I can just open that up, but it's already attached to an envelope. So the next one was very similar. I've got a full-size card here. I've kind of got one stuck on. This was a panel, like I said, I just divided it into 6, and this is a panel ready to be cut down. So I've taken a piece off the bottom and I've trimmed a piece down the side. So this was a white card, but I've already done this piece for you. I just wanted you to see how I got there. Ooh, another little flower in there. There we go. So get those out of the way. That's just to be finished off on another one. So here we have another of the panels like before. We did white embossing on the last one, and I've done black embossing on here. Brass butterflies, absolutely. Yes, definitely. Hi, Karen. So this one will fit on there lovely, exactly the same as we did on the little card. So we kind of want to put a couple of glue dots down bit there behind those, and I've got some flowers here to cover them. So I'd kind of saved a bit of time and made some up. Really, really quick little flowers when you have your tray like this and you've got all your little pieces in there. They started off on Sunday in all nice little piles, but I think one of the cats came through and walked over the table. Doesn't take much. They do like to be in here with me. But if I leave the door open and go to put the kettle on or something, you know, they just come and clamber over everything. They're not very sensible where they walk. So I'm just doing the opposite corners, not right on the edge, but just in a little bit, a fair bit. Okay, so that's there. This is going to go in the middle. It's just nice to see it on a full-size card so you can see the comparison. So just diagonals. I'm going to do the bigger ones down the bottom here. So I'll show you again. This is what happens with the adhesives. Just get rid of that. The adhesives will show through no matter what adhesives you use. The glue dots are really tacky. They're going to hold it. That won't budge. So this one will come in this corner and go over there. Okay, with a little leaf on there as well. Look, I added some of those. So just gonna, I don't want to pull against the leaf, so I'm going to hold that side, and I'm going to put some of my Stampin' Seal Plus on there. Pick it up there. I'm going to pop that over there and just kind of coming up to where that the Y is of the greeting. It's there. That's quite nice and bright. And then on this corner, I could actually just get away with one little one. So that could come there quite nice and neatly, and nobody would know that's under there, only you and me and anybody else who watches. So I'm just going to press this one onto another glue dot. I do like to tear these off. I don't like seeing these rolls where there's loads and loads of paper. So I just pull that off there all together. Oops, where are you? There. Put that in the bin. That's just going to cover over that glue dot. So that's anchoring our corners down. But I wanted to have a third one just because threes look good, so they can overlap each other like so. And that'll probably have a glue dot as well. One or two. One that end maybe, and put off and put the leaf on another one. There we go. Really nice and easy. With the glue dots, they just work easily. So just pop that adjacent there, just next door, so they can overlap a little bit. And hey, there's our number 6 card. Whew. Oh, lovely comments. Thank you, guys. Thanks to Frances. I'm going to see, I've got the brass butterflies in here, look. There we go. I have got another pack on order. It's very unusual for me to have ones like this and actually get through all of them. And I've actually coming up to my first empty pack, look. So I'm going to pop, there's a big one there. I'm going to get my scissors underneath just this time. I can show you what I can do in that corner. To get rid of that corner kicking up, what I could do is I take my tweezers normally for this. I don't know if you can see me on here. If I take my tweezers or a scissor blade or something like that, I take your pick tool and just push it along like a little sausage, you'll get a little sausage on the end of your tweezers. So I could stick that under there, press it down, and it will just be one long sausage. Okay, so there's my little gluey mark. This one will fit on there lovely to cover that. Because can you see what I'm doing? I'm just disguising where the adhesive is. Okay, so that you can't see that the glue is underneath there. Okay, so we could do a similar thing down the bottom. There is another bigger one there, so I think I might do that. It seems to be a bigger sheet here. It's a bigger card, so let's just go with the flow. We've got time, haven't we? Yeah, we've still done really good on time because I've got so much prepped beforehand. It did help. So, and there we go. That's just going to be there just by the end of that letter. Take another butterfly and disguise that in there. Okay, like so. There we go. I'm going to have to put a little one up here because we've got all that white up there. We need to have some more up there, don't we? And another one because we can. we can have one. We've got one there. Maybe just have one in that little gap there. So we've got 5, so we've got odd ones. Okie doke. So there we go. There's our 6th one. Empty shits. They are so satisfying. I'm not far off. Look at that. Look. I'll have to use those up on the next few. I've got another order in. So what do we think about this one? Do we think that's a bit bright? Do we need to tone that one down a bit? Do I need to find something to go in the middle there? That's another orange. I have a tool that I'm going to be using. Again, we chatted about this on Monday. A different type of container that would store all of these little pieces in a different section each. So that's going to be making its way to me at some point. There you go. The green looks too in your face, so I've just toned it down a little bit there. Okay, so we'd like to see all of those together. So we have one big one. That's the same but on a different design. We've got that one, that one, that one, and that one. Oh, look at them. That's our 6 for tonight. Can you see all of those? Well, let me zoom you out a bit, just a sec. And take me off the corner. Oops, do that and take it across. There you go. Move that up a bit so you can see it all. Should be able to see most of those in one go. Okay, I really love those. And then, of course, we've got the other 2 that I did the other night as well. So those are the 2 from Sunday night. Okay, so it's quite a lot of variety there. Totally different. Apart from these, got the same principle, but just different colours. Okay, so I hope you like those today. Love them all. Okay, bless you. Thanks. I am going to be doing this as a class. I'm going to be writing a tutorial up. I have a weekend this weekend where I will be crafting the whole weekend, and I have company, so that's going to be really good. So I'm looking forward to cracking on with this and cracking on with another couple as well. All are awesome. Oh, bless you. Thanks, Frances. So please, Maxine's good at this. There's Maxine Elizabeth. She's good at this. Can you share this video with on your page and just say you've enjoyed watching Sandra tonight or something? Just share it because that helps. And if you watch me on replay, if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel because that helps me as well. It's just a way that you can help me as a small business without actually costing you a penny, just to share everything. And that helps me get in front of your friends and followers. It might be that some that you don't know in your family or a friend who's actually a crafter and they might be interested. So that's really good. You're welcome, Linda. Oh, go back and watch Sunday. Absolutely. Okay, so celebration, as I say, is ending on the 29th. So if I can help in any way, or you'd like to get that deal, the £130 for £99 and this glass mat and the extra accessories that goes with it, then please get in touch and let me know. Okay, so take care, stay safe, and I will see you on Sunday.